to sometimes the ideas you're looking for, the creativity you want in terms of how to play with what's happening in your reality isn't obvious because you've never done it before.
Happy Monday, everyone. It's Sophie.
And Adi.
We're always looking for new ways to support you, and we know firsthand how life can get in the way.
So we've created 5-minute episodes with motivation from us and our great friends to keep you feeling ignited and inspired no matter what life throws at you.
Welcome to the Ignited Motivation Podcast. Mini episodes every Monday.
Listen while you brush your teeth.
Or on your morning walk.
And you'll never miss out on the latest tips and tricks that are keeping us feeling motivated.
I'll say there are a million times where I think being creative ends up being what we need. And I would also say that I feel like being creative is one of the hardest things we need to do when life throws unexpected things our way. And the main reason being, we already know how to do everything. So we normally draw on the same sort of solutions that we've always drawn on when it comes to any problem that presents itself. I'll just speak to one thing from our family a little while ago. Sophie and I got this house. We love this house. We really, really enjoy that we get to live in it. There's like a pool in the back. It's perfect. It's great. Amazing. The kids love it. Everybody loves it. The problem is it costs us twice as much to live in this house as it did to live in the house that we lived in before. So you can imagine that really cut into our ability to do a lot when all of a sudden we had another, I think with the initial loan for it, was like another $4,500 a month in expenses just for the house. So that put a huge drain on us and it stopped us dead in our tracks. Like I would say the first 6 months we were living in this house, we were struggling a lot. We don't have a ton of money in the bank. Like, we're not one of those families that just, my parents didn't leave me any money, her parents don't have any money. So it's not like there's a reservoir somewhere where you're like, oh, it costs $5,000 more a month. Let's just pull from that thing. There was no thing to pull from, right? So our life was very much focused on just making it day to day and making it at the end of the month and paying our mortgage. Did that for a couple of years. Fortunately, it was COVID time, so there was really nothing to do. Like, if there was one thing that was good about COVID is everybody got to save money on travel and eating out. You know, you really realize sometimes how much money you were spending living your everyday life when all of a sudden travel was just not a thing and eating at restaurants non-existent. So it made that easier. As life opened back up, we wanted to travel. We still didn't have a bunch of money. And so we were racking our brain. We love travel. I love travel. Sophie does. The kids have been used to it their whole life. My family lives in Israel. So the first thing that really came up is we wanted to go back and visit my family in Israel. We hadn't seen them in 2.5 years during the entirety of COVID. But we wanted to go travel, didn't have the money to do it. And then an idea came up. I was like, what if we could rent our house while we go on the vacation so that somebody else is paying for the house we would have to pay for otherwise? And then we don't have the like 8,400 or whatever the hell it is every month for our mortgage, the insane amount of money it costs, because somebody pays for it. Well, it turned out that if we put our house on Airbnb, we got like twice our mortgage while we were gone. And so it took us a minute to get over it because it's people in your house. It's your house. You don't know them. Like, there's a lot. Don't get me wrong. There were a lot of conversations that had to happen in our heads and we had to figure out how to do it. And what ended up happening is we took all of our really personal stuff that we don't want anybody to touch. We put it in the garage. People who come in don't have access to the garage. It's locked to them. And then they can use the space upstairs. I could go visit my family for a whole month. It even paid for part of our housing in Israel when we went to visit my family. So we got like a twofer. But it took my wife and I probably 2 or 3 months to wrestle with that idea before it came up for us, because we'd never really done it before. I know that has nothing to do with drinking. It has nothing to do with addiction. It has nothing to do with family or mental health issues or anything of that sort. But I want to use it as a jumping off point to sometimes the ideas you're looking for, the creativity you want in terms of how to play with what's happening in your reality isn't obvious because you've never done it before.
You just listened to the Ignited Motivation Podcast.
Did you love the mini dose of motivation? Please let us know. Your feedback and experience is our #1 motivator. Leave us a review, subscribe, and share with your favorite people on your favorite apps. And don't forget to catch the next episode every Monday.
Because we want to hear from you. So join the conversation and discover bonus content on our website and Instagram. You can find the links in the show notes. Now that you're ignited, what are you motivated to take on?